What if I told you there are cars out there that will instantly crank up your testosterone levels the minute you sit behind the wheel? I'm talking about vehicles that make you feel like you just chopped down a tree with your bare hands, you paid for lunch in cash, and then you drove off to wrestle a bear. Well, okay, maybe not the bear part. But today, we're diving into the top 10 cars that make men feel unapologetically powerful. Now, some of these are obvious, but trust me, a few are going to surprise you along the way. So, just before we take a deep dive, it's imperative you hit that like button and subscribe so that you get notified the minute we produce another game changing video that affects your wallet, your wheels, and yes, even your ego. I promise you'll appreciate it. So, buckle up and let's plunge straight in, starting with number one on the list, the Ford F-150. We've got to start with the king. Where else? Well, the Ford F-150 is the automotive version of a flannel shirt. It just screams rugged. It's America's best-selling vehicle for decades because, well, guys love the idea that at any moment they might need to haul a boat, tow a house, or carry 3 tons of mulch. Now, most owners won't actually do those things, but hey, parking one in your driveway still makes you feel like a foreman on a construction site. If you add in the endless trims from work-ready XLs to luxury plush platinums, suddenly the F50 is whatever kind of masculine you want it to be. Plus, when you climb into that cab, well, the world feels a little smaller beneath you, and nothing says man's man like that view over the hood. On to the next one, number two, the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Now, this car is pure horsepower. The Dodge Challenger Hellcat doesn't just whisper masculinity, it screams it through a 700 plus horsepower supercharged V8. Let's face it, it's the kind of car where even if you're just driving to Target, you feel like you've qualified for NASCAR. It's loud, it's brash, it guzzles gas like it's happy hour, and it doesn't apologize for any of that. In fact, that's part of its charm. This is a car that's designed to scare the neighbors and impress strangers at stoplights, and it gives you the excuse to say, yeah, I needed a little more power with a completely straight face. There's nothing subtle about it, and that's why guys love it. It's a muscle car that's more biceps curl than yoga class. On to number three, the Jeep Wrangler. Now, few vehicles say outdoorsman like the Jeep Wrangler. The doors come off, the roof pops off, and suddenly you're a man of adventure, even if the only off-roading you do is mounting the curb at Starbucks. It's rugged, boxy, and it also has that World War II military DNA baked in. If Indiana Jones drove a modern car, you can bet your bottom dollar it will be a Wrangler. And here's the thing, people don't just see you in a Wrangler, they assume that you've got camping gear in the back and a story about surviving the thunderstorm in the Moab. It's more than a car, it's a symbol that you're ready to tackle trails, rivers, or at least the potholes on Main Street. On to number four. Here we have the Chevy Camaro. Now, the Camaro is the car that makes men feel like rebels without a cause. It's muscle-bound, low-slung, and it's guaranteed to snap necks at traffic lights. It's that sweet spot between raw performance and movie star charisma. Drive a Camaro, and suddenly you're James Dean, of course, minus the cigarette and the questionable life choices. Plus, it carries decades of muscle car heritage, which means you're not just driving, you're carrying a badge of American cool. It's loud when you want it to be, but it can also cruise with an attitude that says, yeah, I could floor it right now, but hey, I don't need to prove anything in this car. And that blend of power and swagger, well, it's the very essence of powerful masculine confidence. On to number five. Now, you may be surprised about this one. It's the Hummer H2. Excuse me. Now, this is a controversial pick, I know. Let's be real, it's not very practical. It guzzles gas, it's the size of a small house, and, well, parallel parking one is a complete nightmare. But powerful? Oh, you bet, it's way off the charts. Driving an H2 makes you feel like a general leading an armored convoy down Main Street. Even if you're just going to Costco for paper towels, it feels like you're on a mission. The sheer size alone commands respect. Let's face it, this is an SUV that makes other SUVs look like little toys. And while critics love to hate it, the truth is the H2 was never built for subtlety. It was built to make you feel like you could drive over traffic if you got impatient. And honestly, isn't that a little bit powerful? Now, before I reveal a car that practically turns you into James Bond the second that you get in it, let me remind you, if you're enjoying this breakdown of horsepower, history, and humor, do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe. The more you do, the more YouTube knows that people like us want to talk about cars instead of whatever TikTok dance is trending today. So let's carry on with the list. And next up at number 6 is my favorite by far on this list. We're talking the Aston Martin DB11. Now, this one's about refined masculinity. Not every masculine car needs to roar like a lion. Some just need to purr like a well-fed panther. Enter the Aston Martin DB11. Sleek, elegant, and loaded with those Bond vibes. Driving this car doesn't say, I can chop wood. What it does say is, I can order a martini correctly. It's masculine, but in a different way. Quiet, confident, and lethal when necessary. The DB11 is what you want to buy when you want to make a statement without ever raising your voice. And that, in its own way, might be the most masculine quality of all. Control, composure, and yes, a little mystery wrapped up in British engineering. So thank you, you're welcome. So following that, we come to number 7. And at 7, we've got the Toyota Land Cruiser. Now, this is the truck for the world traveler. If masculinity means being dependable, capable, and a little mysterious, well, the Land Cruiser nails it. These things are legends in the Australian outback, the Middle East, and Africa. And if the apocalypse comes, well, you want to be driving a Land Cruiser. Masculine, not because it flexes, it's masculine because it gets the job done quietly, everywhere, every time. And while most guys in the US might never use one to cross the Sahara Desert, just owning one feels like a membership card to a very exclusive club of adventurers. It's masculinity without the show-off, reliable, respected, and rugged. What more can you ask for? On to number 8, and this one is a real crowd pleaser. We're talking the Chevy Corvette. Now, few cars have midlife crisis energy quite like the Corvette, but here's the thing, it's earned. See, the Corvette is an American icon with decades of racing pedigree and styling that screamed, I've arrived. Sure, you may also be arriving with a thinning hairline, but hey, nothing restores confidence like a V8 growl echoing through a tunnel. The Corvette has always been the affordable supercar, the car that lets a man tap into speed, precision, and style without needing to own an oil company. So whether you're in the 30s or your 60s, dropping into that driver's seat, well, it gives you the instant jolt of masculinity power that you thought only rock stars and astronauts get to feel. On to number 9. Here we've got the Ram 2500 Power Wagon. Now, if the F-150 is masculinity 101, well, the Ram Power Wagon is masculinity on steroids. This truck isn't just for hauling, it's for conquering. It's got factory winches, off-road suspension, and enough torque to pull a stubborn oak tree out of the ground. Even if you only use it for its tailgating, well, owning one makes you feel like you could join a lumberjack competition tomorrow. Now, what sets the Power Wagon apart is that it was built unapologetically for rugged, powerful men. It's not pretending to be luxurious. It's not trying to be sleek. It's pure, raw muscle on wheels. And that authenticity is exactly what makes it such a masculine statement. So we're down to the final entry. And at number 10, we have the Porsche 911. So Masculinity isn't just about size and muscle, it's also about precision, control, and mastery. The 911 has been the benchmark sports car for over 50 years. It's timeless, it's deadly fast, and it tells the world, hey, I've got my life together. So whether you're a CEO or a weekend track warrior, this car delivers ego boosts faster than its 0 to 60 time. And the best part? Well, unlike some cars, the 911 doesn't need to shout about its power. It's understated, it's elegant, excuse me, and it's masculine in the way that a well-tailored suit is masculine. It fits perfectly and it never goes out of style. So there you have it. 10 cars that make men feel powerful, whether that's through brute strength, refined elegance, or sheer overcompensation. But here's the kicker. At the end of the day, powerful masculinity isn't about what car you drive, it's about your confidence. See, you could be in a beat up Honda Civic and still feel masculine and powerful if you own it. That said, rolling up in a Hellcat does make it a hell of a lot easier. So which of these cars would you want in your garage and which one did I miss? Drop it in the comments below because I know some of you are going to say, well, what about the Mustang or where's the G-Wagon? And hey, maybe there's a part 2 coming. So if you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with the person in your life who's still trying to convince his wife that buying a Corvette is an investment. Thanks for watching, and until next time, drive safe, stay confident, and keep that powerful masculine energy alive. Have a great one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.